Hi, I'm Brett Lister.
Hi, I'm Blaine Radie, and we are B&B Dynamic Machining.
I've been machining for over 25 years. My background is military, aerospace, oil and gas. I've worked on the catapult system that launches fighter jets off the aircraft carrier. I've also worked on submarine parts. Eventually, we want to get AS9100 certification. We are not there yet. We are machining a lot of aluminum. In the 8 months of being open, I have machined more aluminum than in my previous 25 years.
And I've been in the industry for 6 years. I started off as a wire EDM operator and moved into the milling department with ambitions to becoming a CNC programmer and machinist.
Me and Blaine met at our previous job. He knew I had desire to open my own shop. I actually said something to the other programmer. I said, Blaine's asking me for more than just asking me. Wouldn't you know it, a week later, he's asking me if he can go in on it with me. I said, absolutely.
We opened up in March, and luckily the spindle hasn't stopped spinning. In 3 days, we'll have a brand new VF4 Super-Speed with rotary and an auto door. The auto doors for a robot feature in the future. Stay tuned for machine delivery day and installation footage. As we mentioned in our first video, the VF4 Super-Speed's going right behind me. 2 things we needed to do prior were get power ran to the machine and an airline ran to the machine. Here at B&B Dynamic Machining, we believe in the power of attraction with the hard work. That VF3's been written on the wall since we got here, and we even went bigger, VF4.
So as Blaine mentioned in the last video, we very much believe in the power of attraction / manifesting, along with putting in the hard work. When we moved in this building, I had written the VF3 on that wall, and I had written the lathe on that wall. We have upgraded to the VF4, as Blaine mentioned, and when we bought that, someone started selling this lathe. Now, we didn't think we were going to have the money for it, but again, when manifesting, we were able to make that happen. Needs a little bit of work, obviously. We cleaned the top a little bit, still has to be cleaned a little bit more. We started cleaning the coolant tank, as you can see, still needs one more little scrub. This particular lathe happened to come with a bar feeder. Now, obviously, this bar feeder is on the right side, but needs to go on the left side. But I'm not gonna lie, our shop's a little messy right now with getting ready for this VF4 coming in. So the last video will be all the machines in here, up and running. Thank you very much. So we couldn't have picked a better day to get a new machine. Rigger dropped off the equipment. He's actually going back to his place to get the machine because the machine actually got dropped off at his place yesterday. Unfortunately, he had prior engagements and couldn't do it yesterday. So we're going to be doing it today. So we're going to have to pull a couple things out of here before he comes. The saw's going to have to get pulled out. The bar feeder's going to have to get pulled out. And the lathe's going to have to get pulled out, which is why it was never hooked up. The machine's going to go back against this wall. Once the machine's in, we're going to have the electricians come in a couple days. They're going to hook up power to it. Airline's easy enough, we can do that. Oh, what a pretty sight. Here it comes on the truck. You can see it now. So since the machine won't fit in with it facing the front, they have to put the machine down on wooden pallets, set the machine down, and then come in from the side, and then load it in the building from the side. So as you can see, the process goes kind of slow, but obviously with an expensive piece of equipment, you don't want to rush it. Once it gets put inside, they'll put it down on dollies, and they'll start to swing it to the appropriate orientation. So from this point here, they're going to put it down on skates and start to rotate it into the location.
go. The riggers are going to drop it in a temporary position so Haas installers can come out, finish the job, hook it up, level it out, get it ready to go. They're locating the machine with about 3 feet clearance around for safety reasons and maneuverability. Getting it ready, drop in place. Today's the day. Haas came. They're getting ready to hook up the Haas VF4 Super-Speed. This is what it looks like. Nothing's really hooked up, but a couple things are ready. Airline's ready to be hooked up. Power's all ready. Ran to the machine. Coolant tank has to be set up with all the pumps, filters. Hose lines have to be ran. Today's the day.
So the Haas guy has left for the day. You can see that there's a lot more done to the machine now that he's gone. The controller's been added on. A couple of small shelves have been added on. Coolant hose has been added on. Chip conveyor auger. We added the Pro for setting tools. Leveled out the table. And then one thing he also did is hooked up the 4th axis for us. That's not in the machine yet, but we're gonna borrow the gentleman's forklift from across the street for a little help with that. Those wires will actually get ran through the top of the machine. We'll unplug it when we go to do that. Along with all that, one thing we had to do was add coolant to the machine, which is water and oil. This little tool right here is a refractometer. That lets us know if we got the concentration, high or low. So pretty much ready to rock and roll. You'll see that video in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Final part of the video, we're going to do the shop tour. This is obviously an essential part of the shop is the office. A lot of the programming gets done here, all the programming actually. Quoting, obviously paying bills, which no one likes to do. My cameraman will come around. You can see these are all our upcoming jobs that have to go on the machine, scheduled in order. Yeah. Blaine's standing by at our first machine. He's going to tell you a little bit about that. And we like to play by the rules here, so we got to make sure we have our glasses on when we enter the shop. Here we go.
Hey, welcome to the shop, everybody. Right off the bat, we have this manual mill here. Super essential to every machine shop for any secondary operations. We were lucky enough that it came with a digital readout and also an indexer so we could put holes on compound angles. Also over here, we have an industrial bandsaw that we might need to put a little bit of money into, but we love a project around here. In the meantime, we've been using this little horizontal bandsaw that's been getting us by and doing the job. Over here is our lathe, and Brett will tell you a little bit about that.
This is our used lathe that we ended up getting. So right now it's set up for a bar feeder. Right now we can do 1 5/8 inches as far as bar feeder. With the 10-inch chuck that we have for it, we can safely turn 11.5 inches by 22 inches. If you notice right now, probably everything's going to have an alarm on it right now. That's just because our air compressor's not on right now, so you guys can hear us talking. We just got our first job for this, so this should be up and running by Monday once all my tooling and everything comes in. Next up is the VF4 that Blaine's going to tell you a little bit about.
Here's our VF4. We got 15,000 spindle speed, 50 in X, 20 in Y, 25 in Z. Over here we got a 4th axis, ready to go whenever we need it. We got auto door features for a robot arm in the future, and the probing package. And over here, we keep some of our manual inspection equipment, micrometers, thread gauges, stuff like that. Brett's over here by the VF2. He'll tell you a little bit about that.
Over here is our VF2. Has 30 in X, 16 in Y, 20 in the Z. This machine only has 8,000 RPM. Currently we are working on some stainless steel plates. These are what they look like. We have an 8-inch and an 11-inch version. Over here we have our granite table for inspection purposes. Over here we have our manual grinder for relieving tools. That's pretty much the shop tour. We'd like to thank Practical Machinist for giving us this opportunity to do this video on YouTube. When it comes out, please check it out.
And if you want to reach out to us at all for any RFQs or just to talk, see what we got going on, you can get us at B&B Dynamic Machining at gmail.com.